Hello, my darlings, and welcome to... Oh, I forgot my hole punch for my stickers. 1 second. There we go. Hello. Welcome, everybody, to the April art live stream, Art Witch Wednesday live stream. I'm going to be doing a gouache painting of this month's crystal, the Amethyst. Hello to Inka Dinka Doodle. Welcome. Hello, Nehas is here. Red Lorraine is here. Hello. So while I'm working on that painting, because it's a pre-recorded video, I'll also be working on the sigil spell bags for April. And they're this really pretty purple satin color. And the stickers for my pen pal cards as well. Got some fun ones this month. So I hope you are all ready to chat a little bit and tell me how your spring has been going. As you guys probably know, I went to Disneyland on spring equinox. So my spring started out really well. And so far my spring has been going pretty well. Just did my tax appointment, so taxes are behind me. I always wait till the last second. So that was the big task yesterday. So today is the first day of relief. Being a solo entrepreneur and doing my own bookkeeping is nerve-wracking. When we go to our tax accountant, I'm never sure if it's all correct. So I should be calm by now. I've been doing it for, what is it, almost 8 years? 7 years? Nahasa says, I keep missing the live streams, but I'm so looking forward to these paintings. Happy to have you here. Or watching the replay, either way. Whatever works for your schedule. But it's always cool to hang out and chat. Red Lorraine says, he made a mistake on our taxes and we almost had a heart attack, thought we owed a lot. What was the mistake? What was the heart attack? How much did you think you owed? Yikes. I'm just happy to have it behind me. All the accounting on my end ends up being going through everything that I've purchased for the business, any business expenses and purchases I've made, cataloging all of that. Yikes. $1,000. Which on top of our recent dental bills would have been way too much. I hear you. I'm going to have to go to the dentist, you guys. I bit into a cherry pit and I think I damaged a tooth because it's been sore ever since. So I'm going to have to find a new dentist because we have a new dental plan and a new medical plan, a new optical plan because of a new job. So I have to find all of that out, figure out new people, make appointments. Ugh, adulting is just awful. According to my sister, it never ends. It just keeps going on and on. At some point, I think I should get a credit for being doing a lot of adulting, and I should get some time off for good behavior. Red Lorraine says, good on him for double checking it. Now we are getting a little refund, much different. That's great. I'm glad. Go now because it will be more money later. Yeah, I just got to went to the portal, you know, the healthcare portal, and I couldn't figure out how to make an appointment. So it's going to take a minute. It's that learning a whole new thing because I was with Kaiser before and I was able to make appointments and do my prescriptions and do everything on the portal, and it was really intuitive and I knew exactly what I was doing and I had all my phone numbers and my phone and everything, and now I have nothing. I went onto the app and it didn't really even say like get care or make appointment. Like there was nothing nothing obvious. When you run into tiny little bit of friction like that, it's so easy to say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. Dentists say the longer you wait, the more money it costs, and damn if they were not right. We are spending at least $4,000 this year. I think that myself and my husband, we did a long-awaited dental stuff a couple of years ago. So we're pretty up to date, except for this one thing that I just bit down on a cherry pit. Helpful says, oh, Helpful Naturals here. Hello, welcome, welcome. Helpful says, my husband retired last August, so we went from employer healthcare plan to Medicare. The dental end has been a real challenge. Trying to find providers that accept the Medicare or finding somebody decent. I have to hand it to my mom. She's like navigating that kind of stuff so well. She has the mind for bureaucracy. She understands all the forms and how to get through all those processes. She also lives somewhere with a lot of snowbirds, so elderly people really fill up the town that she lives in during winter. And so there are a lot of caregivers out there that take Medicare. Medicaid and all those things. So if you hear loud beeping, it's just my iron because I'm ironing on my sigil spell bags. Hopeful says, yes, having to change dentist to find one that's on the Part D coverage we have, it's a headache. Red Lorraine says, forms make my brain melt. Processes and bureaucracy also do the same. Yes, I agree. I get real nervous because I don't think I'm doing something right. It's kind of a form of perfectionism that if I can't do it right, I don't want to do it at all. And you can't really just not do it at all because it's life. Nahasa says, just yes, my poor dad has to travel an hour to go to the dentist, and it's students offering to pull teeth he doesn't need pulled. He's 86. Oh my goodness. Hopeful says, oh no, I have over 22 years in the dental field, and dentists are supposed to save teeth whenever possible. Well, I got all my adulting done yesterday, so I feel very relaxed today in comparison to yesterday. I was on pins and needles, vibrating. Moonglow, hello. They say, hiya magical people with star emoji. Inca says, I need 3 implants, broken teeth, all molars. Oh goodness. Yeah, I've put off dental work for a while, and then I went and did everything all at one time. Oh, not a good idea. Nyasa says, I think they're just shocked that someone his age has most of their teeth and they want to pull them and have a look. My mom is in her 80s, and she has, I don't know if she has all of her teeth, but I think she has all of her teeth. So yeah, I think it is a pretty rare thing. Pretty uncommon. Moonglow says, this is serendipitous. I've been looking at amethyst and amethyst jewelry all week. Yeah, something about April just said I'm going to do purple this month. Next month we're going to go green. We're going to do green sigil spell bags that are related, and the sigil is going to be related to having a job that you're well compensated for, so kind of money related. And the crystal for next month is going to be not malachite. Yes, malachite. So we're going all green in May and all purple in April. I've decided that I'm going to make my sigil spell bag videos shorter. Talk a little bit more about how to use the sigil, and I'm not going to make them tutorials anymore. I've decided that I have done enough sigil tutorials on my channel. I don't need to do any more. So while I'm going to still show myself making the sigil, I'm not going to be telling how to make the sigil every single month, because I think that is a little played out. And it makes this, I think it makes the video too long. I'm going to be making a few other changes to the channel this year as well. I've got some plans for some new content, taking some old content off the channel and really kind of making everything a little bit more streamlined and that kind of stuff. Thinking my thoughts. I know I've been threatening to make changes to the channel for months, but it takes me a long time to actually put things into action because I really want to think them through. Moonglow, I really like these gouache paints. They're called Midden or Meeden. I'm not sure how you say it, but I got their 48 paint set, and I very rarely have to mix a color unless I'm, making it lighter or darker. Pretty much has all the colors I want. Inka says, if I'd been a parent, I'd have taught them not to fear the dentist or, in fact, any aspect of healthcare and to be proactive. My folks all taught us to be fearful of dentistry. Yes, I think that is a generational thing. Helpful says, I keep a small pouch of amethyst crystals under my pillow to promote peaceful dreams. I've been researching amethyst for my amethyst video coming out soon. It's really interesting to find out that the ancient Greeks attributed amethyst to making sure that you didn't get drunk from too much wine. Or if you drank too much, that you wouldn't be incapacitated by it, I guess. Is a better way to say. Now it says, but yeah, we all double check and fact find his medical stuff. I should trust, but I don't. And with the dental school, they get carried away. No, that is awesome that you are looking out for your elderly family member, because you absolutely have to advocate for the elderly because they can't often get people to listen to them. I advocated for my grandfather for years. And I was surprised at how often they just wouldn't listen to him because of his age. Or they wouldn't believe the things that he would say. Like, they're like, what medications are you on? And he would say, I'm not on any medications. And he was, you know, very healthy, but in his 80s. And they just absolutely wouldn't believe that. They're like, they would look to me and say, what medications is he on? I'm like, he isn't on any medications. He just answered you. Just wouldn't believe it. Now, Haza says he stays with me when he has dentist appointments, and that's why I've missed the live streams. Enjoying my dad. Good for you. Helpful says, Inca, I do believe that is generational. Yes, 100%. There's nothing to be afraid of at the dentist. It's so much easier now than it was when I was a small child. Absolutely correct. Mountain Moon Monster, welcome, welcome. We're talking about everybody's favorite topic, going to the dentist. It's so funny the different things we talk about on the live stream. And it's super random. Divine Clairvoyance, welcome, and thank you for being a channel member. They say, I got a full mouth of dental implants last month. Oh, congratulations. Are you enjoying eating all sorts of things you couldn't eat before? I took myself out for a caramel apple after I got my dental work done a few years ago. As a reward. Oh, Moonglow, my Amethyst informational video will probably be this Friday. If I can get it done, I like to do Friday because then I get a few more views on the video over the weekend because there's a little more people watching YouTube on the weekends. So I hope to have it out in a couple of days. We'll see. I'd love for it to be Friday. Saturday for sure. So sometime around then. Now, as it says, also women's health. My diabetic sister was given medications that negated her birth control, and pregnancy could kill her, and she wasn't told. Oh my gosh. See, that's why we all just look up on the internet and double check our doctors. Because you hear stories like that. Ignore the beeping sounds. We can change the topic to weather. Smiley face emoji. Oh yeah. Inca says, what put me off the whole mouth implants, besides the price, was the idea of not being able to feel what I bite into, which in short is what I was told implants would be like. Is that wrong? I would love to know the answer. Now that we have somebody who worked in the dental industry, we can ask all our questions. Helpful says, I have 2 implants, one on each side. There's a bit of a false sensation to them, but they are far better than full dentures where it also affects your taste buds. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm learning so much. Oh, Helpful Natural says you don't have to worry about hot or cold sensitivity. That's interesting too, but that makes sense. Now, Hasa says we could talk about movies instead. Has anybody seen any good movies? I'm watching a good TV show, but it's not a movie. I can recommend. I've seen one of the 3 seasons, but so far loving a show called Shrinking, and it has Harrison Ford in it and some other actors and actresses that are genuinely hilarious. Like it touches on serious issues, but it is hilarious in that just the way people are so authentically themselves. I don't know. I really vibe with that show. Has anybody seen Shrinking? It's on season. It's had 3 seasons, I guess. I can't recall what streaming service. Is it on Hulu? Is it on Apple? I can't recall. What? You have taste buds on the roof of your mouth as well as your tongue? Oh my God, I'm learning so much. Upper dentures completely cover it so it dulls your sense of taste. Well, that explains a lot. Because people I've known who've had dentures have started adding hot sauce and seasonings and doing all sorts of different stuff to their food that they never did in the past. This is all becoming very, very clear to me. I never knew that. Moonglow says, I just love watching your progress on each of your projects, watching your brushstrokes, how you create clean lines, seeing what colors you're choosing to make the shadows and light. I just keep going in with white to lighten. I start dark and go light. Well, actually, I started light, then I went dark, and then I went light again. My plan was to use a white acrylic paint pen at the very end to make all the little highlights all over, but I don't think I actually ended up doing that. I think that I had put enough white in with my brush that I just left it. But don't use any of my painting as any kind of a tutorial because I'm just winging it and kind of just doing whatever comes to me in the moment. So it's definitely not a tutorial. It's more like vibes. Nahasa says, yes, that's why you're supposed to clean the roof of your mouth too when you brush. My dad always did and flossed. And that's why he doesn't need to have his teeth pulled. Good for him. Oh yeah, dentures do move around. That is true. To the point where if you've had dentures for a really long time, I've noticed in my father-in-law and also my grandfather, they both eventually just found it easier to try to not wear them most of the day because it was too annoying. Creative magical vibes because I paint a quarter of a mile at a time. Sometimes I drop the paint. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie my husband went and saw. I'm not sure if it was last week or the week before, that he said was really good. I didn't make it to it, but it's been well received. I can't recall the name. Helpful says, dentures can be realigned to make snugger fit, but there are a lot of adjustment appointments to soothe the sore spots. Okay, well, my grandfather was the type of person who would just take his own dentures out to the workbench in the garage and deal with it himself. It's hilarious to think about, but Deniana's here. Welcome. They say, amethyst is one of my favorite crystals. Oh, me too. Between that and labradorite, I think probably have the most amethyst and labradorite as my two crystals of hoarding, of dragon hoarding. I try to at least show one example of every gemstone that I'm painting at the beginning of the videos, but usually I only have like one or two of any given crystal, like a single piece of jade or a couple of pieces of sunstone or something, but I have a lot of amethyst. I ended up with a piece of amethyst that looked like a crescent moon. A gift that we found, a gift that my husband gave me, we found it on a trip into the desert. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's in a lot of my videos. I know the top-down view of most of my videos doesn't really show that it's crescent, though, probably. But from the side, it looks like a crescent moon. Inca says, Peridot and Tiger's Eye are my top two faves. We're doing Tiger's Eye a little bit later in the year. I'm trying to think what month it might be. Possibly August? Summer or fall? I can't recall. And that's going to be an interesting one because Tiger's Eye, I think, is going to be one that's hard to paint, to try and get to correctly show what Tiger's Eye looks like. So I will do my best. But that's one I'm nervous about. Malachite and Tiger's Eye are two that I'm a little worried about being able to make it look accurate. Moonglow says, I have a chunk of dark purple amethyst that I'd like to have made into a ring. I've been looking around at different jewelers that do that. Spendy, but it would be beautiful. I wonder if you could find somebody on Etsy who would take your stone and do the jewelry work. Nahasa says, because amethyst is like the Swiss Army knife of crystals. It really has 1,000,001 uses. Yeah, it kind of does. I think the relaxing portion of it, the sleep, making it a sleep aid, and The fact that it's supposed to temper your ability to overindulge in things. And also, it's supposed to be helpful with intuition and magical practice. Setting intention for magical workings. It does have a lot of uses. The good thing about doing these monthly crystals is that I get a chance to really do a deep dive and learn myself about where all these ideas came from and the myths behind them. I always like to try and at least have one myth or folktale in each video. Well, I finished all my ironing. Now I'm going to be doing stickers. So if you hear weird sounds, it's just my sticker punch. Helpful says, I remember my first visit to a crystal shop where I pictured myself buying up all the amethyst and rose quartz, but citrine gave me major vibes, and now I have many citrine pieces everywhere. Oh, I love citrine. I don't have very much of it. But I do love it. Now it says, do it, Moonglow. I have a deep amethyst ring that used to be my mother's. It's my favorite stone and huge because it's from the 70s. All of the jewelry that I've inherited, well, my mother's still with me, but from my grandmother, was turquoise. I have a lot of really cool turquoise rings from the 50s, 60s, 70s. Her birthday was winter solstice, and turquoise being the birthstone of December, she probably got a lot of it as gifts. The Purple Potion Master is here. Hello and welcome. Heart emojis and clover emojis. Happy spring. We're really starting to move into summer here in Southern California. It's starting to get dry. I don't know if I can keep my yard green any longer. Helpful says, I also keep pieces of peach selenite on my desk and hold it when my arthritis gives me grief. It really helps. Nice. Now also says, I wear it especially, oh, your mom's ring. I wear my mom's ring especially when I want to channel more oomph into my creations. What kind of things are your creations? I always want to know what other people are making. Red Lorraine says, your painting is so beautiful. Thank you. I stopped collecting jewelry when my skin got weird. I miss wearing rings. Can you do like a stainless steel or something that is completely hypoallergenic? Or is it just the sensation? Meg Olson's here. Hello, hello. All is well. Oh, it's the contact with your skin. It makes sense. Welcome, welcome. So the weird sounds you're hearing is the sound of the sticker punching out all my stickers for my pen pal cards. I already finished making all my sigil spell bags. Red Lorraine says, I mean, I love me some pajamas, but I would also love for my skin to not react to pressure, texture, and contact. Yes, that would be amazing. Moonglow says, I'm currently repurposing a little cabinet, black and purple with silver crescent moons and stars. It's getting to the point that I have a lot of purple accents in my home. Ooh, fun. That works for today's live stream, for sure. Thank you so much, Meg. One of the things I'm going to be crafting for a little later in the year, it won't, I think it'll be just after summer probably, is going to be, I'm going to try and do 2 or 3 different videos that are all related to like forest magic, forest bathing, bath salts and stuff like that. And I did see something online that I want to kind of put my own spin on, and it's a spirit of the forest wreath. It's going to be a big craft project because I'm doing like a paper mache or clay version of a face in the middle of the wreath, and then the forest elements around. So that's coming up eventually this year. I've been terribly behind on my Bed Bath and Broomsticks videos. Oh, wow, never mind. That's not just metal sensitive. Yeah, she has a skin sensitivity to everything. Hello, Julia. Welcome. They say, good to be here. Your voice is so soothing to me. I'm glad you think so on the live stream, because this is like my non-video voice. This is my just normal voice. For in the videos, I actually make it like a little more calm when I'm reading my scripts. But yay, I'm glad. Heather's here. Hello. Welcome, welcome. The background sounds of me using scissors and punching the stickers out. That's my ASMR for you guys. I'm not sure how much longer this video is, but I think the painting is almost done. It's just doing some last little blendings here and there. Purple Potion Master says, OMG, forest is my core. I'm going to love that. I read somewhere, or I saw a video or something that was suggesting that if you were going to do a video on something, do instead 2 or 3 videos that all circle the same topic. And then YouTube is more likely to show them to your subscribers. If you do like a block of, or they call it a wall of videos that are all like in similar topics, because if your subscribers are going to watch one, they might watch all 3. So I'm going to give that a try, because I've been wanting to do some forest themed things. So I'm going to give it a shot. We'll see if it works. There's all those YouTube gurus out there telling you how to do stuff, but none of them are in my niche. So I don't know if the regular stuff works for me. Helpful says, a definite yes on the forest magic. Okay, I feel like I've picked a topic that everybody loves. Hooray! Sin Doggy's here. You made it. Moonglow says, forest and nature magic are definitely things I love to learn more about. Surprisingly, we have a lot of forests here in Southern California. Last April, I rented a cabin up in like a deep kind of forested area, and stayed for, I think it was 3 nights. And it was it's just amazing to be in the sounds of the forest. And the wildlife is bonkers. When if you're used to living in a city, just getting out of town a little bit. And we're back to live. Hello, everybody. Guess we're all like sideways here. All my sigil spell bags are done. If you want to become a sigil spell bag patron, you can sign up at the link in the description. Just working on my stickers for my pen pal cards. Zendoggy says, I was so happy to hear your voice when I got home because Red is already watching. Helpful says, a definite yes on the forest match. Oh wait, I already read that one. Moonglow says, in the Pacific Northwest, I am surrounded by forests. Yes, I'm very jealous of people who live up there. That's just the kind of locale I would love to live in, because I love rain and forests. And I have 0 of those things here. But I have to say that San Diego is a freaking beautiful and amazing place to live, so I am not complaining. The Purple Potion Master asks, what are your thoughts on astrology? I do like it, but I think there's a lot of science and math to it that I have not grasped. So I much prefer looking up people who understand astrology to give me answers. I'm not that guy. It's purple heaven. Yes, we went with purple. All in all of our elements. Since we were going with Amethyst this month, I just went purple crazy. My little amethyst stickers. Oh. I make stickers out of my paintings. And the painting went off to the printer a couple of days ago, so I should have my pen pal cards back from the printer in less than a week. Red Lorraine says, my DNA wants moss. I long for some forest outside and some rain. OMG. Meg says, my friend has a cabin in Arrowhead right on Lake Gregory. It is stunning on a clear day. The hikes are epic. Julie says, those sigils, spell bags, and stickers are so nice looking. I'm really happy this year I went from muslin to satin. And I went with a smaller bag so I don't have to fold them 3 times to try to get them in an envelope. And I'm just so much happier with the sigil spell bags this year. I think I'm going to stick with satin going forward. I originally was thinking velvet, but I thought velvet would be hard to iron onto. So that was like a crazy time lapse to see you paint it and then it cut to the tiny version on the sticker. Yeah. We got all kinds of magic here. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Inca says, we once took a trip along the coast from here to the Oregon border. We camped in a few places where the forest nearly met the coast. Big Sur had more shades of green than I ever thought possible. That is a gorgeous drive. I've only done that drive once, but it was amazing. We didn't go all the way to Oregon, we just did the California part. I say we, I was solo. I did it by myself. Some of that freeway though is a little scary. Like it is narrow and right by the ocean. Now, as it says, I found 2 kitties hiding in the moss while walking my dog today. Usually I see a bunny or 2. It's a cute natural trail I take. Were they feral kitties? Heather says, we live about an hour from Joyce Kilmer Memorial Forest. Look it up, some of the largest trees on the East Coast. Nice. The cat distribution system at work, absolutely. Oops, that one didn't get punched out correctly. I missed it. There we go. Fixed. Yeah, so hopefully the Amethyst video will come out either Friday or Saturday morning. And there will be a downloadable Book of Shadows page for the Amethyst crystal for all patrons. So look forward to that. And then the next live stream is going to be, the crafting live stream is going to be next week, because this one was a little delayed. So you don't have to wait 2 weeks. Hopefully I will see you all next week, next Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a shrine to Aphrodite. I'm hoping to be able to find like a giant shell to put behind the statue. I haven't found one yet, but I'm going to be looking. I do have an abalone shell, but I don't know if that's really the vibe. Ooh, it's like a little treasure trove of stickers and bags. Ooh. Ooh. You should name them Pete and Rose for Pete Moss and Rose Moss. Oh. Nehasa says, Oregon is a little too much nature for me, and I think so. There's outdoor cat houses for them. Oh, that's cool. Somebody's caring for them and feeding them. Would Michael's have a large enough shell, I wonder? I'm going to go through my stash. I have a stash. I got a stash of everything. I love the crescent moon. It's like glowing. Has the light purple and then the white to kind of do a glow on it. There's a lot more moth than I thought. I don't know, you guys. What do you think of an abalone shell? I don't hate that idea because it's got all those colors inside of it. And I'm trying to think of a way to do a Aphrodite shrine that's not just pink. I just don't want to have, I don't want to have it to be all pink. Unless I should do it pink. I think I'm just going to go with my vibes and just go with whatever comes to me in the moment. So I hope you will join me on Wednesday, next Wednesday. I think it's what is the 15th. And we will be doing a shrine to Aphrodite. And that will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And thanks for hanging out with me for today's painting. Are there any other color correspondences associated with Aphrodite? I have to look all that up. The abalone shell has more options. Do it. These mosses are so good. Yes. My abalone shell has lots of blues and greens. Yeah, see, I was kind of thinking, what if we just went pastels? So we could have the pink, but we could also have those kind of blues and greens from the abalone shell. I'm going to give it a shot. I'll look at it, see if it's going to work. Make a last minute decision based on vibes, like I do every stream. Rainbow sparkly. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Rainbow. Gold, red, green, as well as pink. Okay. She's seaborn, so greens, blues, and such would totally work. Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking is with the doing a lot of shells on it and maybe some, I don't know if it's going to be sparkles, but it would definitely be like, you know, a glowing Inca says, whoops, I walked away for a minute and I came back to thanks for hanging out with me. Are we done already? Yes, we did all of our painting, and then we did all of our sigil spell bags, and then we did all of our stickers. But look up the Madonna Inn for some pink inspiration. Okay. Will do. Yeah, so I am going to end here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and I hope that I will see you next Wednesday at 4 p.m. and we will make a shrine together, and we'll just like figure it out together like we always do every month. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you all on the flippity flop.